Top stories for the hour. The Great Ethiopian Run said to become the biggest road race in Africa. And Russian ambassador said Ethiopia and Russia are strengthening strategic ties amid global geopolitical shifts. Greetings and welcome to ABC World, the voice of Pan-Africanism. Hikma Tamam, I will stay with you presenting the news for the hour. To stay with us. President Taye Asqalasi holds talks with Azerbaijani President Ilham Aliyev at COP29. During the ongoing 29th conference of the parties to the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, COP29 in Baku, Federal President Taye Asqalasi met with Ilham Aliyev, President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, for a high-level discussion on climate action and cooperation. President Taye, who is attending COP29 this week, highlighted Ethiopia's ambitious climate initiatives, including the Green Legacy Initiative, the production of drought-resistant crops, the expansion of clean and renewable energy resources, the development of urban green corridors, and the transition to electric vehicles. He emphasized the critical need for global cooperation to honor climate commitments and improve access to climate finance and technologies, urging nations to take urgent action in the fight against climate change. The meeting underscored the shared commitment of both nations to addressing climate challenges and advancing sustainable development through collaboration and mutual support in the global climate agenda. Ethiopia's Ministry of Foreign Affairs announced that Addis Ababa hosted over 30 international conferences in the first quarter of the current fiscal year, reinforcing the city's role as a key hub for conference tourism. Notable events including the World Without Hunger Conference, the 46th CAF General Assembly, and the International Interreligious Conference. These conferences allowed Ethiopia to highlight its development achievements, including the Green Legacy Initiative and its efforts toward food self-sufficiency, while also boosting tourism and international visibility. The events underscored Addis Ababa's importance as Africa's diplomatic capital. Additionally, Ethiopia's Foreign Minister Gedeon Timotheos led the country's delegation at the Russia-Africa Partnership Forum in Sochi, where they engaged in diplomatic discussions with African counterparts and Russian officials, including Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, on various regional and global issues. At a high-level side event during COP29 in Baku, UN Economic Commission for Africa Executive Secretary Clever Gattate called for increased climate financing and global cooperation to address Africa's mounting climate challenges. Speaking at the Africa Pavilion, Gattate highlighted this year's Africa Day theme, scaling up financing for climate adaptation and green growth in Africa, urging global partners to provide substantial, actionable support to match Africa's climate commitment. Gattate stressed the disproportionate impact of climate change on Africa, where nations lose up to 5% of GDP annually due to climate-related disruptions, despite contributing minimally to global emissions. In his closing remarks, Gattate urged the international community to take urgent action on climate change, warning that the cost of inaction would far exceed the investment needed to build a resilient, prosperous future.
And my answer is Yemen.
From the sun and also it's their traditional.
Wow, that's so cool.
The pure raw adrenaline rush of just being there is what I
Kuwait is a tiny country delicately placed between Iraq and Saudi Arabia.
Here they come.
Oldest and most well-preserved Roman ruins. It looks really cool. Right behind me is a show-stopping, just...
She cooked all day for us.
Clap it up, clap it up.
They're gorgeous.
I was not expecting to find this in northern Iraq.
Welcome back from the short break. Moving on, the Ethiopian Great Run International 10-kilometer race is held every year in November, bringing local and international participants walking and dancing their way along the route. Talking to EBC founding general manager of Great Ethiopian Run, Richard Neruka, pointed out that the race is becoming a momentous occasion for athletes to come together to enjoy the sport and display their talents to the world. Shagoya Mata presents the following.
The Great Ethiopian Run International 10-kilometer race has been a flagship event held every year since 2001. Celebrated as one of the liveliest and most colorful races in the world, the race has become the biggest road race in Africa, with tens of thousands of Ethiopians running, walking and dancing their way along the route led by Ethiopia's celebrated international runners. Talking to EBC, founding general manager of Great Ethiopian Run, Richard Neruka, indicated that, started with 10,000 participants, the Ethiopian Great Run, which has begun as an experiment, is becoming a momentous occasion for participants to come together to enjoy the sport and display their talents.
When we started, it was very much an experiment. Now, participants, they know what they're going to get because they know it's going to be one of the best days of their year. It's full of fun, it's full of entertainment. People just love coming together, they love the music, they love dancing, they love going around the course together. And notice that I didn't say running the course. It's not necessarily a running competition. It's a great day for coming together and celebrating something that's very special in the culture of Ethiopia, which is running. So that's the participant experience, and I think that has changed, and that has really been taken to a new level with all the bands and the fun and that sense of excitement that has increased over the 23 years.
He also underscored that the race has a significant role for image building and advancing sports diplomacy in Ethiopia.
We're wanting to generate a lot of excitement within the national media here in Ethiopia. That's not hard because the national media, they know about this race, but we also want to generate as much publicity as we can in other parts of the world. To do that, we can talk about the great champions or some of the young athletes who will be participating on Sunday. We can also talk about the international participants who come to Ethiopia, sometimes for the first time, to take part in this race. So this year we've got several hundred international participants from 20 different countries. So it's no wonder that the Ministry of Tourism, who are closely involved in this race, they are a very important partner in what we do, because, and I also ought to add, Ethiopian Airlines.
The Ethiopian Great Run also plays an indispensable role in bringing individuals to invest in Ethiopia to discharge their corporate responsibilities besides promoting athletics.
Among the international participants, we have individuals who want to come to Ethiopia. They've heard about Ethiopia, maybe from even Haile Selassie's time, and they want to come and they want to visit some of the famous landmarks. But a big group of the international participants, they come with groups, they come with development agencies. So I give you an example. Orbis is a development agency. Goal Ethiopia, development agency. Girls Got to Run is a development agency, and they are supporting projects in Bukoji, in Sodo, in Gambela, in Tigray, all over Ethiopia.
The 24th edition of the Great Ethiopian Run will participate. Around 50,000 athletes will take place on Sunday, November 8, 2017 in Addis Ababa under the theme Balanced Nutrition for All Children.
Looking into the final news, Russian ambassador to Ethiopia, Evgeny Tarakan, emphasized the importance of deepening bilateral cooperation between Ethiopia and Russia. Speaking on shared challenges, including regional security and advancing economic cooperation, Tarakan outlined a vision for strategic alignment to bolster mutual interests and resilience. Gosha Meliso reports.
Russia and Ethiopia are expanding their cooperation across various sectors. The Russia-Ethiopia Business Forum is among the cooperation serving as a key platform to strengthen economic ties. Talking to EBC, Russian ambassador to Ethiopia, Evgeny Tarakan, emphasized the two nations are deepening ties in light of geopolitical dynamics.
In international geopolitical affairs, Russia and Ethiopia are likely-minded countries. We are taking positions on the burning issues of contemporary world, and these positions are practically all the time either the same, coincide, or very close to one to another. And this is helping, this is assisting us in helping each other in the international arena.
The ambassador noted Russia's support for Ethiopia's leadership in international organizations, including the UN Human Rights Commission membership.
Ethiopia was a non-permanent member of the Security Council of the United Nations. During that time, we have established very wonderful cooperation and mutual support and assistance links within this body of a global international organization. After that, Russia has supported Ethiopia on many occasions when our country was member of the Human Rights Commission. Now we know that Ethiopia has been elected to the same body, and we hope that our friends, our Ethiopian friends, will help us in defending our interests as well.
He further said Russia and Ethiopia are widening their cooperation with the new bloc BRICS.
We have a very wide range of possible cooperation and common assistance based on mutual trust, on mutual support, and mutual respect to each other. Specifically, I should stress the issue of Ethiopia's BRICS membership. As you may remember, this year Ethiopia has assessed to full-fledged membership within BRICS, with the BRICS, and this is opening for us new opportunities for close cooperation on many issues.
BRICS is creating a good platform to member states to collaborate in politics, security, economy, and humanitarian issues, the ambassador noted.
And now, before I go, a quick reminder of the top stories once again. The Great Ethiopian Run said to become the biggest road race in Africa. And Russian ambassadors said Ethiopia and Russia are strengthening strategic ties amid global geopolitical shifts. Well, that's it for now. You have been watching EBC World, the Voice of Pan-Africanism. Hikmat Tamam. I was with you, presenting the news for the hour. Goodbye.